Welcome to the garage, guys. We've got an interesting video for you today. We're going to go through and compare the mini metal and the mini 3D print and trying to find out which one's better. So I've got Jackson here with me, so we're just going to get into it. We'll start with assembly. So Jackson, when we did this, you did most of the assembly, most of the handwork. I did most of the filming. Which one would you say goes together better?
So the 3D printed version definitely assembles better because you have a 3D printer making all of these parts for you already, so they're already square. And you don't have to take as much time and consideration when screwing all these screws together to make sure everything is actually square, because the 3D printed parts already do that for you.
So how much of an issue really is it? Is it a 5-minute thing, a 10-minute thing, or what kind of an issue is the assembly portion?
It's not really an issue, it's just another thing you have to pay attention to when you're building the machine.
So kind of like a convenience.
Yeah.
So as far as assembly goes, any other big differences between the two?
Well, I would say the biggest difference is the 3D printed one has an electronics wafer that you could screw all the electronics into, whereas the metal one, you had to drill a whole bunch of holes in the case, and it's probably 20 or 25 holes.
So in those holes we drilled and tap into the case, right?
Yeah, and there's a template, a 1-to-1 scale drawing that you can just drop right into the case and drill all those, or center punch all those holes for you.
So with the mini metal plan, we did include that wafer for the people that have a 3D printer, right?
Yeah, it's just a huge time saver.
Yeah,
so we thought we'd include it.
So if you have a 3D printer, and you're building the mini metal, you can print that wafer and save some time from drilling and tapping all those holes in the metal case. On to the wiring. As far as the wiring goes between the two, Jackson, there are differences. Is one more complicated, one harder, one easier?
So the bulk of the wiring between the metal and the 3D is the same, but the key difference is the 3D printed one is going to have more grounding precautions in, just because there's plastic corner pieces and not metal ones that do it for you.
Okay, so on the metal one, the green pieces are linking the grounding together.
Yeah.
Operating the machine. As far as operating these two machines, Jackson, is there any differences between the operation or the functioning of the two machines?
No, they're exactly the same. You can see on the metal one that we do have the optional screen upgrade on there, but the 3D printed one also has it as well. We just didn't put it on yet.
As far as features, Jackson, what features does the mini metal have that the mini 3D print doesn't have? I'd like to take a minute and thank our sponsor for this video, Easy Air Descant Air Dryer. The Easy Air system comes with a set of instructions, a cheesecloth for recharging the descant, comes with a couple of manifolds for each end of the tube, various fittings and hoses. The assembly of the system is quite simple and very well detailed in the instructions. The basis behind the system is that the air comes in one end, goes through the descant, and then out the other end. You are required to purchase a piece of black pipe, 3 feet long, 2-inch diameter, that does not come with the system. The system is assembled and then the descant is added. The descant has color indicators that change color when it's time for them to be recharged. So we got the unit mounted on a piece of plywood and we just screwed that to the wall. We've got our sight cap, we got our fill cap, and then Easy Air did send us a few manifolds and stuff that we did use. I don't think they come standard with the unit. When the unit's not in use, we just keep an air line plugged into it to make sure we don't get any outside moisture into it. So we just take the other end of the air line and put it in to block it off so it's capped. So why do you need an air dryer? Well, the first and most important reason is you're going to get better cut quality. The second reason is you're going to have longer tool life. And the third reason, it's going to help protect internal components from rust and corrosion. Now, we've been using the Easy Air for about 6 months now, and we've noticed a significant increase in our tool life. For more information or to purchase this product, you can go to easyairUSA.com. You can use our promo code JD's Garage EZ for a 15% discount. All of that information is in the link down below. As far as features, Jackson, what features does the mini metal have that the mini 3D print doesn't have?
Well, it's made out of metal, so naturally it's just going to have better overall heat resistance. And in some loading configurations, it is more rigid than the 3D print, but in other ones, they're exactly the same. So when we did our testing between the two machines, first we tested how well the machines stay in plane, and there was no difference between the mini metal and the 3D print. But when we tested how well the frames stay in square, the mini metal did have an advantage over the mini 3D, but the machines never really loaded that way under normal operating conditions to begin with.
Correct. There'll never be a force in that direction.
No, but in the planar direction, there is.
So the machines will see load in plane, as metal warps and twists and things like that, correct?
Yeah.
And virtually no difference between the two machines in that configuration.
No, we couldn't find any measurable difference between the two.
So on to the mini 3D print. What features does the mini 3D print have that the mini metal doesn't?
So the first feature is the dust covers on the drive system.
So explain the dust covers then on the mini 3D print.
So the mini 3D print has dust covers that cover all the pulleys and the wheels. And the mini metal doesn't have that because it'd be really, really difficult to do that with flat sheet metal parts.
So the dust covers, how important do you think they really are?
So if you run your machine a lot, they can be. But when you're done running your machine, just clean it off before you put it away, and then they're probably really not that big of a deal.
So just take an air hose and blow off the plasma dust
as
you're putting the machine away.
Yeah, and on all our other machines, they don't have any dust covers at all, and they've ran for years just fine. Another thing is the 3D printed torch holder, which can be changed to any size torch that you are running. The metal one uses a different system that's not as modular.
Okay, but in that case, we did include, if you have a 3D printer, we did include the STL file, so you could print the 3D printed torch holder in the mini metal plan.
Yeah, like the electronics wafer, it's just that much better than going the mini metal way. The last thing with the mini 3D is it's overall just modular. If you wanted to upgrade it later, make changes yourself, or really do anything you wanted to, it's a lot easier to do that with on the mini 3D than it is the mini metal.
Because of the 3D print parts.
Yeah, they're very easy to change.
So Jackson, I get a lot of questions from people questioning why we chose to use PLA as the filament of choice for our mini 3D print. A lot of people think it's a basic entry-level filament. There's got to be many exotics that are better. So why did we really choose the PLA?
Well, it is a basic entry-level filament, but it's also really, really good at being stiff, which is exactly what we want on our CNC machine. You would have to get into the carbon fiber exotics just to be as stiff as PLA is on its own, and it'll be like 3 times the price.
So a lot of people say that PETG is much stronger than PLA. Why didn't we use PETG?
Well, PETG is strong, but not the way we're using it here. Where PETG gets its strength by having just a little bit of flex in it, and it's able to be really tough at the same time doing that, which is what we don't want with these 3D printed parts, because we want them to be as rigid as possible.
So what makes PETG strong is the flex, and that's not what we want in this case.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's the reason we chose the PLA for the filament.
Yeah.
So these are the features that each one of these has that the other one doesn't. Jackson, is there any disadvantages that the mini metal has compared to the mini 3D?
So the biggest disadvantage to making the mini metal is you're going to have to make all the green sheet metal parts. Now, there is one-to-one templates in the plan that you can cut out with a plasma cutter that you might have already or an angle grinder, but you're still going to have to make all those parts.
Is there any other disadvantages to the mini metal?
Yeah, so like we said before, you just have to take more care when you're putting the machine together to make sure the gantry and the frame and all those parts are square, because the parts aren't going to hold them square for you.
Okay, on to the mini 3D print. Is there any disadvantages to the mini 3D print?
Well, the first one is you're going to have a 3D printer or know someone that does.
Well, I suppose that's kind of obvious for most people.
The second one is if you're running the magnetic feet, you could be more susceptible to heat creep through that magnet into your feet if you're cutting some crazy thick material and you leave your machine sitting on there for a long time.
Long time after the cut.
Yeah.
As far as the X-axis gantry on the mini 3D print. What's been our experience running 3D printed gantries on a variety of machines over the past 4 years?
They work just fine.
So have we ever seen any melting, deformation, damage due to sparks on any of the 3D printed parts on our other machines?
No. We've been running these machines for 3 or 4 years, and we haven't had to replace any 3D printed parts at all. And we don't even store them in climate controlled areas either. Another thing you have to consider too is the torch handle for the plasma cutter is made out of plastic too, and those hold up just fine.
Yeah, and if they didn't, the manufacturer of the plasma cutter wouldn't be using plastic and on their torch holders.
No, they'd be making them out of metal instead.
So we've went through some of the advantages and disadvantages of each machine. Now it's time to make a decision. Jackson, which one is the better machine?
I think the Mini 3D is better, just because it's easier to assemble, and I really like the nice, clean, sleek look of it better than the Mini Metal. And it has some convenience things like the dust covers, the torch holder, the electronics wafer, and if I ever wanted to upgrade it in the future, it'd be way easier to do.
Well, I'm going to differ with you, Jackson. I'm going to pick the Mini Metal.
Why?
Well, I just think the durability and the rigid with it. By durability, I can throw this thing in the back of the pickup. I can take it out to the job site. I don't have to worry about a toolbox sliding into it and cracking a corner support. I don't have to worry about leaving it in direct sunlight. And if I want to throw it in the cab of the truck where it gets up to 120, 30 degrees, I don't have to worry about any distortion in the parts. So those types of things, for me, give it an advantage over the 3D print. So I guess we have a difference of opinion which one is better. Jackson, which one would you build?
It all comes down to what you have. If you have a 3D printer, build a 3D printed one. If you don't, build the metal one.
Should you consider buying a 3D printer just to build the 3D print?
No, because one, it's going to double the price of the project, and two, you're going to have to learn a whole new complicated tool just to build another tool.
Yeah, and that doesn't make a lot of sense.
No, it just doesn't to me.
I'm in full agreement with Jackson. If you have a 3D printer, build a 3D print. If you don't have a 3D printer, build the Mini Metal. Now, I get a lot of questions from you guys who have built the Mini 3D print and want to upgrade to the Mini Metal. We don't think it's an upgrade. We don't think there's one is better than the other. We just think they're different. But we would like to hear from you guys which one you think is better, the Mini 3D print or the Mini Metal. Make sure to comment down below which one you think is better and why. If you'd like to build either one of these machines, the Mini 3D print or the Mini Metal, there's a link to the plans down below in the video description. With that, we'd like to thank everybody for sticking around to the end, and make sure to like and subscribe.